Give me the beat.
What's up, you guys? SimWolfHero here today, and I'm here with another video for you guys, back again on the channel. Today we are here with a new oh, what did I used to call these things? A new time lapse, a new speed build for you guys. Today we are doing a 1-bedroom home with a full ensuite bathroom, with a kitchen, den, and of course a living room attached, with and also a beautiful outside patio, if I should say. This is actually, and I think almost any other Sims builder is going to tell you the exact same thing, that whenever they build a home, a latest home, they think it's the best one that they've done by far. And I'm going to tell you the same thing, although you probably have heard it from me a couple of times already. I think this is probably one of the best homes that I've built, bar none. But again, take that with a grain of salt, just because I think a lot of the homes that I do are really good. So this has just happened to be one of my favorite ones at the moment. I don't actually currently have a name for this at the moment of me recording my voiceover, as I actually have just gotten home from work and I saw that my computer had finally finished rendering the video after about a couple of hours of it rendering. It took a while to render, I'm guessing, but I left it on while I was working, and I got home and it rendered out, and I'm like, yay, let me go ahead and just record voiceover. So I'm still in my work clothes right now, recording this audio, so yeah, why not? So as you can see right now, we're actually working on the outside right now, kind of working on the outside patio area. I liked how I did this home. It's got a slight traditional aspect to it, but also kind of a modern twist, if you want. It's not really hyper modern like some of the other builds I've done in the past. It's not really traditional as some of the other stuff I've done in the past as well, but it's got a good, interesting kind of vibe to it. It has a lot of brickwork. I did huge amounts of brick in this house, on the outside at least, just because I wanted to do the bricks, and I saw the bricks that came with one of the stuff packs, and I'm like, yeah, that brick looks really good. I really enjoy the aesthetic of the brick, as the youths would say. I am a youth, so I guess I can say that. But it turned out really good. I really enjoy how the whole entire house came out. Looks really good. I really enjoy the windows that I put in this place. I specifically only used those windows because they were slatted, of course, and it gave it, like I said, it gives it that modern feel. So I really enjoyed it. Still kind of planning it out. Pretty much what the layout you see right here is the finished layout. I don't really think I changed a few things other than adding like an archway somewhere for a fish tank to go in, and adding a little area for the kitchen, obviously. And that's about it, to be honest. The ending of here is pretty much it. Roof is pretty simple, pretty traditional roof, kind of a peaked roof, very easy to do. Outside in the patio section was actually the part where the roof kind of went from the traditional peaked roofs over to like this lattice kind of trellis thing. And it looks really good. And of course we added a couple of fake walls back there so we can add a basketball hoop and a little area right underneath where you can actually enjoy some drinks in the outdoor bar, which I actually really enjoy. And then we also add a little section off to the right hand side of the pool, where we're actually going to have the rock climbing machine from the I'm not sure what the pack is called, because I will let you know. I bought like 3 of the packs in one go during the, I believe it was during the Steam sale. Obviously they weren't on Steam and I didn't buy them off of Steam, but that's the time frame of when I bought them, and it took me a while to get stuff recorded because my computer was being a butt. So anyways, I went ahead and did that outside. It looks really cool. I really do enjoy the kind of the look, and you guys will see that once we get to the screenshots, and of course once we get to the fly-throughs of this video. Yes, we did fly-throughs because I know a lot of people really enjoy when I do the fly-throughs of the house. I really do enjoy doing it too, so I'm very, very happy that people are enjoying that. So here we are outside. I think the video might be a little bit behind, kind of. Like I said, just take that with a grain of salt as well, just because my recording equipment isn't the best. Obviously, I just have like a little mic stand with a mic arm, a boom arm, or whatever you want to call it. A Blue Yeti microphone, which does me good, no problem, but it literally picks up all the extra sounds. Like if I'm silent for even a second, you'll hear water running and people walking upstairs, which unfortunately I really don't have any way of removing that. I use Audacity to record my voice, so if anyone has any tips on how to sound better or record better in Audacity, by all means, please give me some tips. I would enjoy it. Other than that, though, I mean, I have a crappy little Windows 7 laptop from HP that I got back when I was in high school. I think this is like back in 2000 and... Ooh, I want to say probably back in 2009, maybe. So we were still in the aughts when I got this computer. So it served me good for a while, but obviously it's still kind of slowing down. So unfortunately, it takes a while to render anything, and it takes a while to record stuff. And when I do record stuff, it's a snail's pace, and I have to do a couple of tricks to actually get the footage to look good. And even then, when I look at it back and I record stuff over it, it kind of messes me up. So, you know, I try my best, and I'm really happy that you guys enjoy watching my stuff. So I'm really enjoy that you guys look at it. So thank you. So here we are again. Like I said, this is kind of the inner workings of the backyard. I went ahead and I did two walls right down the middle there, one supporting one and then the other supporting the other, and then had another wall off by itself. I believe I ended up removing that other wall later on, but we'll get to that section once we get there. Of course, here we are adding some of the roofs, some of the peaked roofs. Obviously, I wanted a low roof, kind of give it like a low kind of footprint there, if you will. So I do like how the roofs looked as well, especially the front portion of it where it got connected. It looks really good. The back portion, probably not the best that I've done, but I did enjoy how it went from just the roof to this trellis thing that I did here. I also like the work that I did here where I did just kind of like cross hatch patterns, or like a hemmingbone pattern, I think it's what it's called. Really did enjoy it, so I really like working on that as well. And then here we are just finishing up that section. I believe we end up doing a little bit more of that cross hatching, the hemming bone thingy over on that section. And then of course we extend the roof over to that so it looks good. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I also changed the color of the roof. I want to say I did that because I recorded this footage. Oh gosh, I'm not even gonna click away from the video because if not it'll stop. I believe I recorded this footage probably about 3 or 4 days ago probably, and I was trying to render it then, but my computer was having issues and it just wasn't allowing me to view it, and it wasn't allowing me to render it properly. So computer issues, you gotta love it. Hopefully I'll get something new, maybe. Either way, we went ahead and changed the color of the roofs, as well as added that kind of white border around it. I really like how that white border kind of looks with the roof, just because it gives it off kind of a different, almost kind of like a cartoonish kind of vibe. Like I said, with the Sims 4, Sims 4 is very, very stylized, so obviously it's gonna look different as to anything else that you would have made in the Sims 2, the Sims, and especially the Sims 3. Let's not even talk about the Sims 1 because that was just a completely different monster in itself. Here we are adding some of the foundation. I actually decided to do this foundation instead of a flat foundation because when I looked at the flat foundation, it kind of all just blended together, and I really didn't like that. So what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and just did the brick foundation because it jutted out a little bit, not as much as some of the other ones. So I really like this foundation. Again, me going on about foundations, my god, that must be so boring. Then obviously adding a splash of color. I didn't want to do too much with the color on the outside because I really didn't enjoy the the whole brick layout pattern that I did. That's kind of the traditional aspect of the house. The brick laying with, of course, the roof was kind of more of the traditional side of it. So left that in and added a little bit of cover on top of it. Here we are into the landscaping portion. And I say this in every single one of my videos that I do. I am not the best with landscaping, nowhere near the best. There are plenty of other people who are way better at landscaping. People that come off to mine is SimProve. SimProve's really good at doing landscape. Tides Changing is amazing at doing landscape. I've seen a lot of her stuff as well, so I really enjoy Tides Changing. There's a lot of simmers that are a lot better when it comes to this kind of stuff. I believe I have more of the architectural mind for it, and also more of the interior decorating portion of it, because I love interior decorating, because I watch way too much HGTV and too much DIY network. So yeah, I enjoy houses a lot. Like, even I think I even have like a Pinterest board somewhere that has like ideas and floor plans. Actually, a lot of my floor plans actually start from ideas of just pictures that I see on Google or that I see on Pinterest from floor plans. And actually, this house started from the bathroom. I saw a picture, I believe, on Google, because I was just searching. I think I was searching modern bathroom, and what I saw was this bedroom, or I guess part of the bedroom, that led up to a huge wall that had like a light on it, and then it had two little walls off to the left and the right of it that led into a huge bathroom, which a huge window. And that's kind of what inspired the bathroom and what inspired the rest of this house, just kind of going off of the bathroom. So sometimes houses just start off with an idea. Sometimes building in The Sims can be tough because people do run out of ideas, and unfortunately I am that. Creative minds dry a blank, so sometimes working in The Sims can be hard, just because you run out of ideas very quickly. But I'm happy that it turned out really good. This was an idea that I had in the works for quite a while, to be honest, so I'm very happy that I was finally able to get it done and recorded, and also that I waited to actually record for a couple different reasons. One, obviously computer issues. Two, I wanted to wait until I got the stuff packs and the other packs involved with the game, just so I can kind of play around with it and kind of added the stuff that I wanted to. So I'm very happy about that. Another thing that I've noticed as well, just kind of while we still doing the gardening and while we're on the subject of the landscaping, I really wish that they add more options for landscaping, because some of the options that we have on here have been used to death, to be honest. So I'm really hoping that the Sims team will be able to do something new with that regards anyways. I know that they have been working on an eco life stuff pack, or a game pack, I believe, which hopefully gets released soon, because I'm hoping that they added some, since it's eco, I'm really hoping that they added more flowers and more trees, more shrubs, more rocks. I'm really wanting more rocks in the game, so we can do better landscaping, because like I said, I want to get better at it. I just want to work on it. So that's one of the things that I hope the Sims team provides to us. But either way, landscaping is pretty much almost done here. Just adding a couple bits and pieces here. Obviously, we're going to add lights in there as well, so it looks a little bit more dynamic at light. And then, of course, we cannot forget about adding some of the fountains. That's another thing that I wish we had back from The Sims 3, and I think most people will probably agree with me, at least most of the people who actually do a lot of building, is we miss ponds, and we miss the ability to actually elevate and decrease the terrain, because floor elevation stuff was the bomb. I miss that stuff. Sometimes I'll go back in Sims 3 and just play just to do that sort of stuff, because that stuff was fun. You know, being able to build on a cliff, making your house on a cliff, it was fun. I really enjoyed the challenge of doing that kind of stuff. With the Sims 4, obviously it's more stylized. We don't have that. I don't think we're ever going to get something like that back, but I really wish that we got that back. So instead, what I went ahead and did was I obviously laid some plants and flowers around the fountains, just to give it kind of that pond kind of feel. Obviously it's not a pond in itself, but it works for what it is, so I really do enjoy it. And obviously we added some jets because when you look outside of those windows, it's gonna look sweet. It's freaking sweet, dude. So yeah, anyways, that's the good port right there. Adding just a few little knicks-knacks here and there as well. But anyways, guys, that's where we are with the house. Now we'll go ahead and get into the interior, as most of the exterior has already been done. The interior doesn't really change too much, to be honest. I kind of went with like a neutral tones for the interior, kind of like a dark, not like a dark, kind of like a muted kind of wood panel texture, and then also went with, like, I believe just the regular plaster wall thing. I think it's called Looks Better in Plaster. I believe it's what it's called, the wallpaper that I used. And then you don't see it here, and actually you probably won't see when I change it, but I do change the floor a bit. The only places that the floor stays the same is going to be the bathroom and part of the kitchen. Everything else does get changed, and you'll see that once we get to once we get up to the later part of the video. I believe I actually did it after I put in all the items, so that's that. Like I said, we're finishing up doing most of the painting and everything, and then we'll start doing the rooms. I believe I actually did start with the bedroom to get us started. And then, like I said, this is where the area for the kitchen will be, area where the dining room is going to be. Of course, over here in the front of the house is where the foyer is going to be, the foyer. And then, of course, the living room off to the left of the foyer. And then the den off to the right there. And then, of course, the bedroom. So here we are doing the bedroom, kind of matching the door color up to the wall. I think it gave it kind of an interesting look, so I went ahead and did that. Bed in there with obviously a little counter right there with the TV right above it. Yeah, so I went ahead and went with the marble texture for it. I really enjoy the marble. I don't know, I wish I had some marble stuff. Like, most of my stuff in my room is wood. Like my bed, obviously most of my stuff is wood. Well, my bed is a sleigh bed. It's like a king size sleigh bed. It has like drawers underneath it for my clothes, and it's like a dark mahogany kind of bed. And then I have a side table drawer. I have a side table that is also mahogany, like 3 drawers. I really enjoy that. And then the desk, that desk is also a wooden desk that I believe I bought off of Etsy. So it was expensive. Obviously, for a desk it was expensive. But yeah, and then of course it's like the metal desk, the metal legs on the wooden desk, so it gives it an interesting look. So I did that. Yeah, so I don't know. I like stuff that's wood, so I don't have marble anything. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, here we are. I kind of left this room very, very symmetrical, kind of. At least I think so. Just kind of how the shape of the room is. But I did add the vanity mirror and the makeup desk over on the right hand side of the bed, and then added just a couple of little plants here and there to kind of give the room a little bit more of a green vibe to it. So I really did enjoy how this bedroom came out. It was very big, it was very nice, it was very simple, actually. Very simple bedroom. I feel like I've been doing a lot more simple stuff and not overcomplicating stuff, giving them plenty of space to walk in between. Added a couple of couches right up to the walls there, so be able to lounge there and have yourself painted like one of the French halls, and have yourself painted. So I did that. I don't know where that came from. Added another a couch over here as well, so you can definitely have multiple places for your reading if you do that sort of thing. And then just other stuff thrown around. So I really enjoyed that. We're kind of working on the bathroom section here. I wanted to add a certain kind of spa day feel to it. So a lot of stuff from spa day was involved in this room. A lot of other stuff from the recent stuff pack with the oh, what was it called? The gym stuff, I believe it was. A lot of the gym stuff was added into the house. Mostly it was the I believe it was the gym stuff for like the hot tub was added, the rock wall obviously, and some other things here and there that I added along as well. A lot of city stuff was in this. So honestly, if you ever want to download any of my houses, be prepared that your house is gonna look odd if you don't have any of the packs. I believe at the time of this recording, no, I know at the time of this recording I have all of the expansion packs, all the stuff packs, all the game packs, and all the free packs involved with Sims 4. So as you can tell, my computer is just chugging along at this point in time. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get something better for it to work properly. I'm scratching. Yeah, so that's kind of how it is. Also in this bathroom, I also added a dividing wall with the candles that came from, I believe it was Get to Work that this thing came from. So I added a little imparting thing in between there. Obviously added some chairs off to both sides of it. I believe I also added a sofa, small sofa at least, so you kind of had that kind of waiting thing in there, or you can also get ready in there. Like I said, the bedroom and the bathroom at this point are one room, so it's kind of weird. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work properly, and the only reason why I say that is because I know that when Sims are not in a relationship or barely know each other and they go into the bathroom, that they'll get shooed away. So I'm not sure if a Sim who's on the toilet and someone who barely enters the room, they would get embarrassed and they would be shooed away. I'm not sure if that's how it works. I'm hoping that it's not, and I'm hoping that the wall that's divided up there is enough for them to be in private enough. If it's not, obviously you can add a doorway in between the bathroom as well, so it'll work just the same. But I wanted to do it this way just because it was an interesting look. I really did enjoy the picture that I saw on Google, and I wanted to recreate it, so left it as such. So there's a little bit of inner workings into my mind. Here we are in the den section. With the den was very simple. Just a couple of bookcases, some paintings thrown in there. And then of course we also added the fish tank off to one of the only walls that has an inside section. We went ahead and cut away at the wall. We put the fish in there, and yeah, I really enjoy it. A little painting section over there as well for your Sims who enjoy painting. I also wanted to add the actual arcade machine here, but it wouldn't have given enough people the ability to play the game, so I went ahead and did without it. Well, it wasn't even that reason, it was the reasoning that it just wouldn't have worked pretty much if I put it in that section. So oh well, I went ahead and just added the virtual machine because virtual reality stuff is very popular nowadays. So I added the, well, I guess it wasn't a virtual machine, it's more like an AR machine. If you guys know what the difference between AR and virtual reality, 10 points to you. If you don't, then virtual reality is where you can actually see stuff by putting on either a headset or something else that lets you see other stuff. AR reality, or I guess that's how it's said, it's basically the same thing. Only thing is that not only are you able to see stuff that normally isn't there, but you're also able to see the actual world. So anything like Pokemon Go, that's obviously the prime example of something like that. Snapchat, that's another thing that's been getting big about it too. So AR stuff, that's what that is. So if you knew, 10 points to you. Next thing, I went ahead and I finished off the den there. We also added the fish tank and inserted into the wall and cut it away with like with like a little half thing. So as far as I know, your Sims are able to do things just in there just fine. Add fish, set the color of the lights and everything, so that should not be a problem. Off into the living room here as well. As you can see, I already added the TV, fireplace, and a couple of oh geez, I'm losing it. I am losing it. A couple of plants off to the sides of them. Looks really nice. I also added the fireplace table. I want one of those fireplace tables. I really do. I also want to make one of those infinity mirror tables. The one where you have LEDs in there and it looks like it just goes on forever. I want one of those. That'd be super cool. But unfortunately, my bedroom is not that big, so oh well. Really kind of simplistic kind of living room, but I went ahead and I guess muddled it. Muddled it would be the correct word for it. I muddled it up a little bit by adding some lived-in stuff, so boxes, tissues, statues of freaking shoe things, shoe hampers. Yes, I added shoe hampers to them, and then also added some awards and some books scattered around, so it looks like everything was has been lived in, because lived in looks the best. Obviously, most of this house doesn't look lived in. The most places in my houses that I make that look lived in are always going to be the living rooms, the dens, and the kitchens. Especially kitchens are easy to look like they're lived in, because you just add a lot of appliances. So, and I always add appliances. Ever since Get to Work was established, I believe it was Get to Work. No, it wasn't Get to Work. It was, oh, what was it? It was, oh geez, it was, can't remember what pack it was, but either way, I added the espresso machine because I obviously love coffee, and I used to work at Starbucks when I was in high school, so I added that as well in there. And here we are going into the kitchen and adding some of the countertops. I wanted to use these countertops that had the wood on top with the white. I thought it would have looked cool, but I thought it contrasted way too much, because it was like a bright white and a bright kind of like, almost kind of like a, like if you've ever seen a pencil, like a regular #2 pencil that you use at school. Yeah, it was that kind of orange tinge to the top of the wall, and I thought it looked way too different. So unfortunately, I did away with that. So we went ahead and just did the granite countertops with the black kind of stuff there. It looks really good. I do enjoy how that turned out, especially when we do the fly through of it. It looks really good. Also added the new fridge that came with the parent. Okay guys, I'll be honest with you, there's been so many expansion packs and not many expansion packs, but there's been so many stuff packs and game packs that I have no idea which any of them are anymore, so I'm just gonna start calling them by what the main focus of it is. So I added the fridge from the parent pack in here, just because I like the LED thing that's on the side of it. I really wish my family had a smart fridge, now that I think about it, just because I'd be able to, like, oh, we need this and this and this when I go to the store, instead of having to write everything down before I go. Just because I don't write everything down. I try and remember everything, or I try to make like a small list of the stuff that I know that we need, and then I go and then I forget, oh, forgot this one thing, I forgot blah 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 thing. And I wish we had like the ability to have a smart fridge so we can actually see what's inside. Oh well, I digress. Anyways, we added the espresso machine. We also added the coffee grinder in there. We added the popcorn machine. I think we also added the ice cream machine as well. And then we also added a little nook in there as well, so if you wanted to sit by the kitchen to make your food, you can do that, or if you wanted to sit at the coffee table, if you want to sit at the dining table, you can as well. I believe Sims will automatically just go for the closest seat to them, which I think in this case is going to be the countertop area, the nook area. So they'll probably end up sitting there when they want to eat. So just keep that in mind as well. Adding a couple of things off to the wall. I did want to do an actual sculpture, but I think I went ahead and just decided on doing one of the paintings that came in with city living instead. I think you guys know the one. Yeah, that one. I really enjoy how that looks. I kept the walls pretty simple. The only really things that I really added to the walls was just a bunch of those lights that are meant to go in the pool, but I think they really look good when they're up just against a regular wall. And then I also added those small square lights that project downwards and upwards, so it kind of gives everything kind of like an art gallery kind of feel. So I really do enjoy that. There you go. As you can see there, that just passed. You can see the difference between the counters. Yep, the counters. I can't talk. I've been talking all day actually. The difference between the floor tiles. Most of the floor tiles carry over from the outside, but once you get into the living room area, the dining room area, the bedroom, and then the den, all of that stays the same kind of crosshatch pattern. But then the bathroom, it changes, and then when it gets outside, it changes, and then that portion of the kitchen as well, it changes. So that's where that was. Adding the lights, I actually went ahead and did a lot with the lighting of this house, just because I've learned kind of, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a video before, but I've done a lot of the lighting at night, just because if I do the lighting during the day, I know that it's not gonna look as good. It'll be overlit pretty much, and I don't want my homes to be overlit. I want them to be just the right amount of litness. I think I've used the word lit way too much. Oh my god. It's every day, bro. Anyways, we're going outside now. We also add like a little barbecue area, garbage can, also add the hot tub, because of course you want a hot tub in here. Actually was debating on the idea of adding 2 hot tubs, but I think I was smart and decided on just doing 1. At least I hoped I did. Pretty sure I did. Yeah. Anyways, we went ahead and added the tables as well. Added one of the tables up there, along with just the basketball hoop area, of course, and then added the table where people can go ahead and sit to eat food. I was also thinking of the idea of adding a fireplace, but I knew that I wanted to do the rock wall somewhere in here, and this is where I actually went ahead and decided to put it. I wanted to put it right up against the windowed wall that you see in the back there, but I decided against it, and then I switched around the tiki bar and that around, and decided that didn't look good. So what I went ahead I went ahead and just put the tiki bar up against the hedges there, and then I went ahead and put the rock wall machine right off to the right hand side of the pool. Added a couple things to get inside and outside the pool, of course, and then left the wall with the window there alone. It looks really cool. It kind of gives it a different aesthetic. I thought that I deleted the wall, but I in fact left it as far as I can remember. Of course, doing a couple things inside of the pool, setting in some lights, and then getting those bubble machines or whatever you want to call them in there. Just because if it were me, and if it were the dead of winter, even though The Sims doesn't have a seasons, man, I wish that we had it. But even though The Sims 4 doesn't have a seasons expansion pack, and I'm calling it expansion pack because it's gonna have to be. I really hope that we get a season's expansion pack, but I digress. If it were me, I would definitely want a warm pool outside, or at least a pool that I can turn on and off with cold or hot water. So that's what I would enjoy. Anyways, guys, we are finished up here. So here we are as the fly through of the house starts and gets going into the living room area, followed shortly by, of course, the den. After that, we also head into the main bedroom, followed shortly by the bathroom, then the kitchen, and then the outside. So yes, I really did enjoy it. Not a lot of curtains in this one, although I should have added curtains now that I think of it. Oh well. If you guys want, you can definitely go ahead and download this house. All the information for that will be in the description box down below. With anything off of the gallery, you can always find it using the hashtag SimWolfHero, or you can use my origin name, searching it up. My origin ID is BOTEOJ21. That is my username. You can definitely search it up that way, and it'll be on there. And also you can of course search it using the name of the house. That should be up at the top or up at the bottom, depending on where YouTube is right now. So you can definitely search it that way. Anyways guys, I thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a nice big thumbing, and also give it a comment and share it with your pals, because sharing is the best. Likes don't matter anymore. Sharing matters. Commenting, because I need some social life in me. And yeah, I really do enjoy it. Anyways guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys here. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will see you guys in the next one, and I will leave you with the rest of the video. Bye guys.